Hello, one Casper LNB12 here, and this is like in your ordinary stream. You see, the title says that I need to discuss something, and the thing I need to discuss is the use of uh, the B12 mesh that I used on myself and Lucas, the D16, and Jackson as well. You may have seen in my uh, trained Vine parody video, and Jackson, that black BR engine. He had the face mesh, and yeah, well, I guess I could say that I started face mesh in D16s, or actually, perhaps I should backtrack a few. So back in back in February, a little late February, I gained friends with Nathan, and he sent me his face mesh B12 alpha with Connor's permission for him to send it to me, of course. Which on my birthday, Jan, with permission with Nathan, uh, reskinned Alfred into me for my birthday. Which a few months later, it was said that it was said that I can't use OCs to be face mesh anymore. But then a few months later, I could, or maybe a little few months later, I could use the face mesh of myself again. And then, I've, and then something happened. Well, actually, probably a few weeks ago. Well, I started. If you may have known on Chris's server, if you know Connor, aka excuse me. If you know Connor, aka the Iron Cloud in Steam, then you may have seen his channel, and he makes great videos and great models with his friends' help, such as Nathan and Ricardo. And he makes great other railway engines like in BR, etc. But yes, and I've been face meshing B12s and D16s for or actually, I should probably specify. Like, what I'm trying to say is that the mesh for the B12 belongs to Connor, respectfully, and the and his old side didn't say about never ever said about me using the mesh on other engines. So I just face meshed the D16 without knowing 3 to 4 months later that Connor was not happy about me using the mesh on the D16s, etc. And as you can see, this is I also meshed Ricardo's new release of Alfred, which was two or a week ago, and one person is watching, and I cannot say that I'm actually disappointed myself. And but if I actually didn't script this, and because it's an actual video, it's a stream of me discussing something, and that's about the face use of face mesh B12s and D16s, meshed, which I meshed the D16 using Connor's mesh for the B12, and well, at the time when I start meshing meshing Lucas, aka the D16 from Sun Nostalgia Zone, he said nothing at the time, but until a few weeks ago, he finally spoke up. Not in DNs, but in my good friend Fuzzbuzz16 server, which I'm actually surprised that he's finally said something about the usage of the mesh. Oh, I know it wasn't D16. It was actually the mesh. It was actually the mesh for Ricardo's Alpha, which he finally spoke up about that he's not happy about me using his B12 mesh for uh, others like D16s, etc. And honestly, mm, I didn't know because I checked the rule site and it says no reskin, and I did not reskin. No, I meshed it using his mesh, which is I think not against the rules. I didn't. I did check the rules, but I can remember a few which are no reskinning and always credit them. And I believe that was it. Yeah, Connor, in case you're watching this, I'm sorry. And honestly, if you would have said something earlier, then it would have been all right. But you said nothing at the time, so it's also kind of actually you're also kind of a little to blame for for keeping your mouth shut and not saying anything at the time for the past 3 months of using the mesh D16, using your mesh. And I'm checking at the site right now. It says, please do not attempt to edit my Connor's content without obtaining written permission, which I did not edit his content. And do not beg for content creators to release items which are either private or not ready for release. Do not pressure content creators into making things for you. Uh, honestly, I last one is observe these rules and those in the Discord server. Which are the rules for? Yeah, I may as well share my screen. So I'm just getting a little frustrated because I sent it a message to Connor to say I'm sorry, and didn't reply yet. He probably didn't see it. He probably blocked me, but and I may have set the rules once on his site, which I'm not a part of. I'm just look at the site rules that I'll probably mention it again, even though it's not my site. And it says, please do not attempt to edit my Connor's content without obtaining written permission beforehand, which I did not. I didn't. I wasn't planning on reskinning his models or even edited them. I don't even have. I have a Mac, not a Blender, which is a good thing. And next one is do not beg for content creators to release items which are either private or not ready for release, meaning that we cannot force Connor or other people that are in it. Let's see the team. We have Connor and Ricardo. That's basically it. A little disappointed, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just a little mad about keeping his mouth shut and didn't say anything to me yet. Sorry, I should just say. Well, Connor, in case you may, well, Connor, you may have seen well, Connor, in the Phosphor 16 server, aka Chris's server, I did upload a BRD16 Jackson in the server, and you used the bot with Michael B12 and said, "Oh my goodness, I think I can remember," and you didn't send it me anything about in the DMs, and you didn't tell me, uh, and you didn't tell me that it would upset you in DMs, and number three is do not pressure so, pressurize content creators into making things for you. Meaning that the people that are working on the site cannot force us to make things that we want. And next one is number four, and the last one is to not is to keep a watchful eye. Remember these rules and in the site and in the Discord server, which I am respectfully following the rules and not breaking any of them. But hmm, but seeing Connor upset that I'm using his mesh for D16 and Ricardo's Alfred, baked Alfred, actually kind of hurting me. Even know what I mean? Even though he said nothing for not 6, 3 months or 4 months, because I first meshed it in first meshed D16 since 4 month since 4 months ago, And I get you probably didn't heard of my channel, which I understood, and you weren't aware of it. And in Discord and Chris's server, I did upload some pics of Lucas and Jackson had been meshed by your B12 mesh, Connor. And when I took a pic of the mesh B12 by Ricardo, which I did show Ricardo, he said cool. And yeah, eh, I, it just feel so sad because Connor should have DM'd me. He should have told me that he didn't like it. And Eden just feel disappointed. Not only myself, but I think Connor's disappointed also in himself for not DMing me earlier about the usage of using his mesh. And anyway, back to what I was saying. When he saw the meshed Ricardo's outfit, he finally spoke up that he did not approve it, and I did have his permission, Ricardo's permission to mesh, but not Connor's. And I did say hello to him on Discord once, but he did not reply yet. I or perhaps he probably blocked me, which is for his own good. But I'm not a bad person. I just didn't knew that it would have upset him. And when he saw the meshed outfit, he finally said something that it would upset him. Like, why did he say it now and not earlier? Just, gosh, I, I don't even know what to do. So, yeah, that's basically it. And that's basically it. I'm just discussing what happened, and I know what you figure. Why not invite Connor to the stream? He probably won't be happy that he probably be part of the stream, but I'm not even gonna try because he probably didn't approve of what I did, which I did had no idea it would upset him. If he mentioned something in DMs that I probably would have known, and I would probably stop using that. But nope, he just had to keep his mouth quiet and not say anything to me in DMs about how it made him feel. People should express their feelings and tell others about how they feel, not just keep it between them. And weeks ago, he told me that he didn't want to start a war, and it did kind of started a little, but not up to the major point, not up to the big leads, which yeah. So Connor, in case you've seen the stream, then please, I didn't. I mean no harm if you would have. But this will probably my OC fleet has two D16s and two B12s that are meshed. I think that'll probably the last time I used mesh B12s and D16. But I guess we'll just have to find out if you approve or not. And yeah, I suppose that could be it for this stream. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and also Connor's to show and to show that you're willing to subscribe to him and that you're liking that. Yeah, so yeah, this is the stream that I've been talking about, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye, everyone.